As an Amazon associate, we earn from qualifying purchases. This podcast is supported by its listeners. If you choose to purchase something using links on our website, we may earn a commission. No books were warped, dog-eared, underlined with purple pen, eaten, cursed, cancelled, burned, or otherwise harmed in the making of this podcast. I'm Tom Tolkien, and this is the School Reading List, a podcast that recommends books you'll want your children to read and books you'll wish you'd read as a child. To kick off episode 23 of the School Reading List podcast, let's rip open some book post. And first up from Faber Children's, Sisters of the Moon by Marie-Louise Fitzpatrick. Sisters of the Moon explores themes of grief, friendship and mystery through the story of Susie Button, a young girl grappling with loss. Set against an Irish seaside backdrop, the narrative introduces Rhiannon, an enigmatic newcomer who transforms Lucy's life with newfound friendships and moonlit adventures. This YA novel, with its mystical elements and relatable characters, will appeal to readers navigating personal challenges and exploring themes of friendship and self-discovery. Ideal for readers aged 12+, Sisters of the Moon offers a poignant exploration of grief and the transformative power of companionship in a vividly depicted setting. Gina Kaminski Rescues the Giant by Craig Barr-Green, illustrated by Francis Martin, and this one's from Little Tiger Books. Confident autistic protagonist Gina Kaminski comes up with a plan that involves no magic beans but plenty of cake, correcting the original plot in this distinctive modern version of the Jack and the Beanstalk story. This book will empower children to take control of their own narratives and will appeal to fans of fractured fairy tales and character-driven stories. It's great to read with children in Key Stage 1, and Gina Kaminski Rescues the Giant would also make an interesting modern fairy tale to study and model for writing in Lower Key Stage 2. Highly recommended. And from Big Picture Press, Beautiful, a Celebration of Evolution by William Spring. Beautiful, a Celebration of Evolution explores animal evolution, illustrating how unique traits can determine survival. Featuring spectacular watercolour portraits of 50 creatures, from the American bison to the vampire squid, this eye-catching large format book emphasises the inherent perfection in all of nature's designs. Ideal for children aged 9 to 11 and for family reading, it offers an informative and positive perspective on biodiversity and adaptation. And from HarperCollins Children's Books, Countdown to Bedtime Sleepy Dragon by Candy B. Countdown to Bedtime Sleepy Dragon helps children count down from 10 to bedtime with Little Dragon. Ideal for 2+-year-olds, this picture book provides a calming bedtime routine through a brightly illustrated and magical narrative. The lullaby-like rhythmic text and captivating illustrations will make bedtime a dream. And this one from Little Tiger for 3 to 6-year-olds, Pooh in the Zoo, the Super Pooper Road Race by Steve Smallman. The Super Pooper Road Race follows zookeeper Bob McGrew and zoo animals as they build poo-powered race cars for a wild race. But, amidst the excitement, a mysterious saboteur threatens the race. This laugh-out-loud picture book is perfect for young readers who love toilet humour and vehicle-themed stories. With bright, funny pictures and catchy text, it's perfect for reading aloud over and over again. One Up by Ben Sanders. In One Up, Friends Green and Blue engage in humorous competition, each trying to outdo the other with bigger and better shells. This lively picture book explores the pitfalls of comparison, highlighting why it's not a good idea to try and one-up each other. With vibrant illustrations and sharply focused situational storytelling, it's designed to entertain while teaching a valuable lesson about friendship and rivalry. Ideal for preschool and early years children, it encourages children to reflect on the consequences of competitiveness. Ooh. And from Faber, Peng and Spanners When Pigs Go Bad by Steve Webb. When Pigs Go Bad features the superhero penguin and a clever cat with a tool belt as they face the villainous Mr. Big, a pig aiming to frame them and steal Peng's gadgets. This graphic novel will appeal to children aged 7 to 10 who enjoy fun and fast-paced adventure. Ideal for Key Stage 2 libraries, it also promotes problem-solving and teamwork skills. And from Britannica Books, Secret FACTopia by Paige Towler. Secret FACTopia presents 400 interconnected facts about diverse topics such as spy gadgets, deadly poisons, secret recipes, and escape artists. It will appeal to curious 8+-year-olds, offering bright and engaging illustrations, little-known details, and exciting anecdotes children will love to share with friends. Verified by Encyclopaedia Britannica, the book includes interactive elements and search and find activities. The latest in the Fact series, Secret FACTopia, is the perfect gift for less confident readers who enjoy immersive non-fiction. Mia and the Secrets of Lunis by Janelle McCurdy. In the final instalment of the Umbra Tales series, Mia McKenna faces the ultimate battle against the Reaper King. As Nubis recovers from the attack, Mia grapples with personal loss and the pressing need to unlock her full Lightcaster powers. Driven by revenge, Mia and her Umbra fight to restore light to their moonlit kingdom. Ideal for 9 to 12-year-olds, Mia and the Secrets of Lunis is a convincing, action-packed and imaginative novel. And from Hotkey Books, The Reluctant Vampire Queen Finds Her Fangs by Jo Simmons. Mo Merridew, an unlikely human leader of vampires, returns in the third of Jo Simmons' funny series for 11+-year-olds. Despite achieving relative harmony between humans and vampires, Mo faces new challenges when a celebrity is attacked and rumours spread, reigniting tensions. Targeted at readers aged 11 to 14, this feisty feminist novel combines laugh-out-loud moments with biting themes of leadership and mediation. It's perfect summer holiday reading with an Insta-worthy cover. And from Chicken House, The Dark Within Us by Jess Popplewell. Hell isn't how you imagined it in this highly original debut contemporary YA novel. Jenny, a troubled girl, and Luke, a demon from a ruling family in hell, begin a journey through the underworld to recover Jenny's stolen soul. Perfect for teens who enjoy dark humour and dark fantasy, it explores themes of resilience and self-discovery and overcoming adversity. The superb, convincing and memorable story is highly recommended for Key Stage 4. I Will Never Leave You by Cara A. Kennedy, and this one's from Ink Road. I Will Never Leave You is a tautly woven YA thriller about Maya, a teenager haunted by the ghost of her ex-girlfriend Alana, who demands Maya's help in possessing another girl. It's ideal for teens interested in psychological and paranormal themes. Addressing emotional abuse and personal recovery, it offers relatable character insights into mental health and resilience. A powerful and spooky read. And from Harper 360, Death at Morning House by Maureen Johnson. When Marlo Wexler stumbles upon deadly secrets while working as a tour guide, she cannot imagine what awaits her in this compelling, deliciously paced summer binge read. Seeking redemption after an accident, Marlo's new job at Morning House, a mansion with a disturbing past, leads her into a web of danger. Expertly weaving dual timelines and atmospheric creepiness, Maureen Johnson delivers a winning YA thriller. Thank you to all the publishers and publicists for sending us books to review here on this podcast and on our website schoolreadinglist.co.uk. Here's our rundown of great new children's books hitting the shelves this September. Ghostlines by Katya, Balen. The Great Phoenix of London by Lindsay, Galvin. Popcorn by Rob Harrell. The Tantrum by Louis Stowell. Life in the Wild by Lizzie Daly. The Land of Lost Things by Andy Griffiths. Here to Slay by Radhika Sangani. The Eyes and the Impossible by Dave Eggers. The Incredible Pop-Up Bug by Ben Hoare. The Boy in the Suit by James Fox. The Salt Thief by Neil Bascom. Cobweb by Michael Morpurgo. Lord of the Flies, the graphic novel by William Golding. Escape Castle Dracula by Sam Thurn. The Skeleton in the Cupboard by Lilia Bazinska. Oh, What a Night by Maz Evans. Unholy Terrors by Lyndall Clipston. Blue Heart by Nicola Davies. The Forest of a Thousand Eyes by Francis Harding. The Dinosaur Next Door by David Litchfield. Loki, A Bad God's Guide to Making Enemies by Louis Stowell. The Sea Maiden's Odyssey by Burley Doty. Chronicles of a Lizard Nobody by Patrick Ness. Death on the Tracks by Paul Westmoreland. Turtle Moon by Hannah Gold. The Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle. A Little Sailing Lesson by Sarah Stefani. Who Ate the Little Bug by Hector Dexet. The Remarkables, Most Incredible Children I've Ever Met So Far by Clotilde Perrin. The Golden Linnet by Alexander Armstrong. And our picture book of the month is Serena and the Lululi Fly Away by Rosemary Clooney. Our non-fiction book of the month is First Big Book of How by Sally Symes, and our fiction book of the month is The Boy in the Suit by James Fox. Booksy Book, let's get reading. If you're a teacher, librarian, or avid bookworm who loves children's or YA books, and you'd like to review brand new titles for the school reading list, get in touch by email. We'd love to hear from you. The address is reviews@schoolreadinglist.co.uk. And for this month's deep dive, let's have a close look at one of our most popular reading lists, the Books for Year 6 list. Resist by Tom Palmer. Set in the village of Velp in the Netherlands during the World War II Nazi occupation, Resist follows teenage Edda as she feels compelled to help the resistance in the face of oppressive control, arrests and starvation. Based on the experiences of Audrey Hepburn, this is a thought-provoking read and an ideal text to discuss with Year 6 classes studying World War II, the Holocaust and Anne Frank. Full of warmth, empathy, emotion and determination, Resist is a fast-moving and gripping page-turner that will inspire Upper Q Stage 2 readers to read more historical fiction. Rumeza Ever After by Radia Hafisa. This enchanting novel-length fairy tale draws on traditional elements to spin an unforgettable and richly woven story of magic, danger and adventure. While Rumeza searches for her long-lost parents, a carriage appears to take her to see the Queen of Bishnara. But all is not as it seems, and winged beasts and witches await. Split into 3 parts with beautiful illustrations and 17 short chapters overall, this is a terrific book for children in Year 6 to read aloud and discuss over the course of 8 or 9 weeks. Xanthi and the Ruby Crown by Jasbinder Bilan. Xanthi enjoys spending time with her grandmother in her cityscape paradise rooftop garden. But as she begins to lose her memory, Xanthi discovers a way to put together her grandmother's remarkable life with the help of an enigmatic cat. This compelling novel spans continents and cultures to examine themes of home, family and being a refugee. Highly recommended. The Final Year by Matt Goodfellow and Joe Todd Stanton. The end of Year 5 through to the end of primary school is told through fragments of life in this unique and powerful verse story. Accessible, powerful and highly relatable, Year 6 children will empathise with Nate and the challenges he faces at home, his struggles with bullying at school, and deciphering what really matters between the ages of 10 and 11. Highly recommended. Crater Lake by Jennifer Killick. Never ever fall asleep in this fast-paced and mysterious horror thriller. When Lance sets foot in Crater Lake Activity Centre, little does he realise what awaits him and his friends. Will they be able to stop aliens in time before they brainwash all their teachers and classmates? A cracking, creepy page-turner for independent readers. Jodie by Hilary McKay. Feeling lonely and isolated on a school trip at the edge of a marsh, Jodie hears the sound of a barking dog. As she sets off to find it, the tide comes in and she finds herself trapped. Will she be able to find a way to safety? And is the rumour that the marshes are haunted true? Jodie is a memorable and atmospheric middle-grade ghost story. A moving shorter text for less confident readers. Highly recommended. Wild by Ellie Fountain. Jack is out of control, getting into trouble at school and pushing boundaries. He thinks his mum doesn't notice until she invites him to join her on a surprise work trip, unexpectedly adventuring deep into the rainforest, where real danger exists around every corner. Can Jack adjust and see what really matters in life? Covering themes of gang peer pressure, loss of a parent, attention-seeking behaviour and bravado, Wild is a book with bite, perfect for book club discussion and use as an impetus for creative writing. The Boy at the Back of the Class by Anjali Rauf. Narrated in the first person by Ahmet, a 9-year-old Syrian refugee, this story follows how he copes with life in London and how he plans to find the family he left behind. A masterpiece of empathy with situations and storylines that pupils will relate to, this is an excellent book to spark discussion, hot seating, and creative writing in Year 6 literacy lessons. Absolutely Everything by Christopher Lloyd. A history of Earth, dinosaurs, rulers, robots, and other things too numerous, this fantastic and unique non-fiction book is highly recommended to stretch and encourage inquisitive children. It's a brilliant resource for any Year 6 classroom or child's bookshelf at home. The Song Walker by Zillah Bethel. A compelling journey unfolds as two 13-year-old girls, one who has woken up with amnesia and the other who is on a quest, cross the Australian outback. They develop a friendship despite underlying secrets. Ideal for middle-grade readers seeking adventure and cultural exploration, this tale intricately weaves Australian history and Aboriginal beliefs into its narrative. A Boy Called Hope by Lara Williamson. Year 6 students will love this highly original and interesting peek into the life of Dan Hope and his dysfunctional family. Touching and thought-provoking, it's an excellent book to read after wonder and a good book to discuss with Year 6 pupils in PSHE. This story is a brilliant study of family relationships and changing friendships. The Land of Never Endings by Kate Saunders. What if there was a world powered not by gas, coal or electricity, but by the force of imagination? An inspirational, uplifting and heartwarming story about coping with loss. Both funny and thought-provoking, this unforgettable fantasy with a captivating narrative is an Alice through the looking glass for modern times. Beautifully written, this classic in the making will appeal to empathetic readers in Year 6. Safia's War by Heba Noor Khan. Inspired by the heroic actions of the Grand Mosque of Paris, Heba Noor Khan delivers with this captivating novel that follows Safia, a young Muslim girl in Nazi-occupied Paris. Amidst the turmoil, Safia's quest for justice leads her into the clandestine resistance. Poignant storytelling sheds light on the forgotten role of Muslims in history, showcasing bravery, empathy and resilience amidst adversity. It's a compelling read which will resonate with more advanced Year 6 readers. The Not-So-Uniform Life of Holly May by Christina Matula. This lively drama follows one girl's life upheaval, starting a new school in Hong Kong, where not everything goes according to plan. Frenemies and culture shock are on the horizon. Can Holly May put the sparkle back in her soon-to-be teenage life? The Not-So-Uniform Life of Holly May is the perfect light-hearted, fun, true-to-life upper primary, lower secondary read. The Light in Everything by Katya Balen. When a mum's son, Tom, and a dad's daughter, Zara, are blended together into a family neither of them wants, all they have in common is hating the idea of a new sibling. But when Tom's mum falls ill, all their lives are drawn together in ways they could never have imagined. An inspirational story of trust and courage that will appeal to empathetic children. When the Sky Falls by Phil Earle. When an unwanted child is evacuated to live with a woman who doesn't want children, an unlikely bond forms through their mutual desire to protect Adonis, a magnificent silverback gorilla. With vibrant characters and an emotionally moving plot, this is an ideal class novel for hot seating, discussing empathy, and reading with Year 6 classes. Echo Mountain by Lauren Walk. Mystery, fantasy, history and hope combine in this bewitching and atmospheric novel, suitable for children aged 9 to 12. Can Ellie overcome a family tragedy and cope with living in a new and unfamiliar place? Full of rich and evocative language, this would be a great book to study in Year 6. The Silver Road by Sinead O'Hart. A powerful magic stone must be returned to its owner, and Rose has been tasked with keeping it safe. A unique and adventurous brew of contemporary life, myth, epic quest, and Irish magic, The Silver Road will enchant Year 6 readers. Highly recommended. Here's a selection of exciting new book tasters sent to us by new and self-published children's authors this month.
Hi, my name is Gina Culemans, and I would like to introduce you to my newly released children's book called Luna and Helio the Eclipse. It is aimed at 3 to 7-year-olds and is the fictional tale of Luna the moon and Helio the sun and how they create an eclipse by accident. It is a story of friendship and helping each other to do the right thing even when it isn't easy. One day Luna has to stop Helio making a very big mistake with the help of Earth and the other planets in our solar system. The story is educational but doesn't overload young minds with 1,000 facts. It is the first in a series of Luna and Helio books, and I really hope you enjoy the story. It is available to buy on Amazon, Waterstones, W.H. Smith Foyles and Austin Macaulay Publishers. Thank you for listening.
Hi everyone, this is Dr. Katie Chisenga Phillips. I'm a mum to a 1-year-old, a junior doctor, and an author of a children's picture book that I cannot wait to tell you about. This book is called I Can Be an Astronaut, and it's about a little girl who dreams of being an astronaut and succeeds despite the fact that not many people look like her. This book is beautifully illustrated, and it's so important as it promotes diversity, inclusion, and representation. This is particularly important for me because as a junior doctor who is a black female, there weren't many people around who looked like me when I was studying medicine at the University of Cambridge, so I really wanted my daughter and other children who looked like me to have a book like this, to know that not even the sky is the limit. I really hope you enjoy it, and I hope that you think about getting a copy for yourself or your loved ones. You can find it on Amazon.
Have you heard how dangerous it was for an old woman to swallow a fly? If you think she could die from that, wait until you read There Was an Old Woman Who Followed a Spy. In a twist to the much-loved rhyme of a lady who has had enough to eat, Tommy from Ottawa and his daughter Tabitha bring you a new adventure. Tommy's the 7th of a dozen children, and then, just for fun, collected his own dozen children. When it comes to storytelling, he has had to tell them all, just to survive. If you choose to accept this mission, you'll find the children's picture book, There Was an Old Woman Who Followed a Spy, on Amazon.com, being released on November 24th, Black Friday. There Was an Old Woman Who Followed a Spy. It might be the beginning of a new series where old women of legends become sleuths in private eyes. You'll have to read it and decide. But then again, perhaps she'll die.
Hi, I'm Melissa Abraham, the author of Are We There Yet? A picture book aimed at children aged 3 to 7 years, beautifully illustrated by Simone Douglas. Join Sarita as she embarks on an enchanting journey, crafting fantastical answers to her endless questions. My story features a playful conversation between a patient mum and her curious young daughter. The book is available from Amazon and Waterstones online.
If you'd like to get in touch and leave a recorded shout-out about your upcoming self-published children's book, have a look at our podcast webpage for more details. Should mobile phones be banned in schools? Government's guidance advises schools to prohibit mobile phones during the school day, amidst renewed media interest highlighting the role of social media and the responsibility of platforms. Who should be responsible for safeguarding mobile device use? In February, the UK government issued guidance encouraging schools to develop policies that prohibit the use of mobile phones throughout the school day, including during lessons, breaks and lunchtimes. The guidance suggests several approaches, such as banning phones from the school premises entirely, requiring phones to be handed in at the start of the day, or allowing pupils to keep their phones on the condition that they're never used, seen or heard during the school day. The guidance emphasises consistency and suggests that mobile phone policies could be integrated into existing behaviour policies or developed as standalone documents. The guidance document also advises schools to consider the potential risks associated with banning phones, particularly concerning pupil safety while travelling to and from school. Schools are encouraged to consult with parents to address these concerns and develop supportive policies. It also acknowledges that some pupils, such as those with disabilities or medical conditions, may require flexibility in mobile phone policies. Research findings on this issue are mixed. A significant UK study using a difference in difference method found that schools with effective mobile phone bans experienced small improvements in test scores. However, other international studies have produced varying results, with some supporting the notion that bans improve academic performance and others refuting it. One study conducted in Chicago found the mere presence of mobile phones, even when not in use, could negatively affect cognitive function and test performance. This suggests that the knowledge of having a phone nearby may distract students, even if the device is not actively used. Some schools have implemented lockable phone cases to address this issue, reporting improvements in academic performance and reductions in conflict. However, this approach requires significant resources and may not be feasible for all schools. The OECD has also explored the relationship between digital device use and academic performance, finding that while using academic devices for learning purposes can increase test scores, leisure use tends to have the opposite effect. This highlights the complexity of the issue, as the impact of mobile phones on learning may vary depending on how they're used. The Association of School and College Leaders has expressed scepticism about the impact of the government's guidance, noting that most schools already have mobile phone policies in place. ASCL representatives argue that the real issue lies in the use of smartphones outside school, where problems such as cyberbullying and exposure to inappropriate content are more prevalent. They advocate for better regulation of online platforms and improved mental health support for young people, rather than the additional school-based restrictions. Internet safety campaigners such as Ian Russell and Beban Kidron have also criticised the guidance, arguing that it fails to address the root causes of harm associated with mobile phones, which are largely tied to the design of tech platforms. Russell emphasises the need for stronger online safety regulations to protect children. Kidron stresses that the issue lies not with the devices themselves, but with the irresponsible practices of the tech companies. Some experts argue for a more nuanced approach. Evidence-informed strategies, rather than outright bans, may be more effective in reducing the harms associated with mobile phones in schools. For example, some schools have implemented policies where phones are left in lockers during class but can be accessed during breaks. This approach might mitigate the cognitive load associated with phone salience while still allowing students some degree of access to their devices. There's also a case for involving students, teachers and parents in the development of mobile phone policies. Co-designed policies that include measures to promote intentional phone use, such as bundling notifications or using apps that support learning, could offer a balanced solution. This approach recognises the role that mobile phones play in students' lives, while also addressing the need to minimise distractions in the classroom. However, the effectiveness of such policies remains a subject of debate. While some evidence suggests that banning phones can improve academic performance, the results are still far from conclusive. Additionally, concerns from educators, safety campaigners and parents highlight the need for a more comprehensive approach that addresses the underlying issues associated with mobile phone use, both in and out of school. Another less discussed area is the effect on literacy. Mobile devices, whether we like it or not, do promote literacy, whether that's reading or visual literacy. Using them and interacting with them also requires comprehension, inference, deduction, and reasoning skills. Mobile devices can be used to read books, using free library services, e-books, and PDFs. Mobile devices might not provide the skills in a form all educators would prefer to see, yet these skills, all crucial for literacy development, are still developed using mobile devices. Is a ban the right approach, or would a focus on reducing the amount of time lost to mobile device distraction be a better way forward? Additionally, each student mobile device represents a significant amount of extra computing and processing resources, in an age where schools have less and less budget to spend on new computers and IT maintenance. Allowing mobile devices in a school of 1,000 students could increase the school's IT provision by over 1,000% overnight. And there's no additional charging, data, storage or maintenance expense for the schools. Not to mention how much schools could trim from their photocopying budgets by using PDFs instead of handouts. Do schools really want to pass on all of that? A balanced approach that involves all stakeholders and considers the diverse needs of students may be the most effective way to manage mobile phone use in schools. Rather than relying solely on blanket bans, schools could benefit from evidence-informed strategies and practical auditing of the school's own ethos and needs that promote responsible phone use while maintaining a focus on academic achievement and student well-being. If you'd like to get in touch, use the hashtag SRL Podcast on Twitter or drop us a line using the contact form or messaging button on our website schoolreadinglist.co.uk. And all the books lived happily ever after. The end.